Hello and welcome to all. Today's stage is conducive to a mass sprint finish. There are no difficulties and the roads are wide and straight. The sprinters' teams will no doubt do everything to maintain control of the scenario.
The breakaway is widening the gap. It's good for us since we've got a guy up front.
The profile doesn't promise a thrilling race. Outside the intermediate sprint and the fourth category climb, it will be an easy day for the peloton. The time gap between the peloton and the breakaway is decreasing.
Wearing the jersey implies certain responsibilities. Team members must ensure the tempo of the race, and they, therefore, tire more. That is why it is sometimes better not to take the overall lead too early, in order to avoid tiring one's team.
The time gap with the head of the race is stable. The time gap between the peloton and the breakaway is decreasing. The breakaway is losing ground.
Flat stages. Little wonder that they're not shown in their entirety on TV.
The breakaway is losing ground.
The breakaway is upping the tempo at the head of the race. It doesn't intend to be caught up that easily. The gap is increasing. It's good to have placed riders in the breakaway. We don't need to set the pace.
Time difference between the peloton and the breakaway is steady. The breakaway is losing ground.
The head of the race is 5 kilometers from the intermediate sprint.
Looks like the breakaway still has some gas left. It's still able to widen the gap.
The first riders are 2 kilometers from the climb.
The only climb of the day is classified as fourth category. There will be only 1 point to be earned towards the mountain standings.
The gap is decreasing, guys. The peloton should be there for the stage win.
The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the peloton.
The gap is decreasing, guys. The peloton should be there for the stage win.
With 15 kilometers to go, the breakaway can't afford to slow down. The peloton is after them, and it will be difficult to hold out.
5 kilometers for the breakaway. It should have enough of a lead for the stage victory.
He tops the standings and he tops the...
We had no real ambitions for the classification of this stage. The least that can be said is you did. Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. Today's route is hilly and a leg breaker. Perfect for attacking, which should...
De Mat done Hall. The Breton roads will put the peloton under severe pressure. The many short climbs and the narrow roads will require unflagging attention. In order not to be caught off guard by the most audacious, we'll find them ideal terrain to go on the attack. Acceleration. He must have been instructed to go for the polka dot jersey.
Watch out! You'll soon have no more energy for an attack. If they merge, it will make too big of a breakaway. The peloton prefers to ride and claw back those in front. Don't let the counterattack catch up. You're over-revving. Reduce the tempo or you'll pay the price. Wearing the jersey implies certain responsibilities. Team members must ensure the tempo of the race, and they, therefore, tire more. That is why it is sometimes better not to take the overall lead too early, in order to avoid tiring one's team. You're approaching the intermediate sprint. looking good for the counterattack. You should perhaps wait for them. The finish is still a long way off. You're the most dangerous in the breakaway for the yellow jersey. You must constantly try to shelter from the wind, so as not to consume energy. This is what allows a rider to edge clear at the end of the race. I'm going to take a nap. Wake me if something happens.
The breakaway is losing its lead. It's going to be difficult for them.
They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax. You didn't make any friends today. Your attitude will encourage your opponents to attack. You still have 2 kilometers before you reach the summit. Watch out for him. He's the best puncher in the breakaway.
Ranked 4th category, the next King of the Mountains summit will earn 1 point for the rider who's in front at the top.
Watch out! You'll soon have no more energy for an attack.
The riders are approaching the feed zone.
The breakaway is upping the tempo at the head of the race. It doesn't intend to be caught up that easily.
The breakaway is losing its lead. It's going to be difficult for them.
We've taken control of the provisional overall standings with a new rider. You're over-revving. Reduce the tempo or you'll pay the price.
The riders will soon be passing through Châteaulin, a major centre of Breton cycling and where the Boucle de l'Aulne, around the French Cycling Cup, is organised each year. The next climb is classified as 4th category. That means 1 point to be earned for the first rider to the top.
The breakaway is unlikely to go all the way, guys. Watch out for counter moves.
The next points for the mountain's classification will be fought for at the top of L'Autranon Mountain, a short cobblestone climb of 2 kilometers, where there will be 2 points and 1 point for the polka dot jersey.
Okay, we'll consume a feed.
We're now entering the last 20 kilometers of the race.
The peloton is 2 kilometers from the top of the climb.
He's trying to get out of the peloton. Watch out.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
Breakaway over. He's moving on to the attack. Attack! No need to ask questions. He's turning the screw.
He's got his teammates riding because he's a danger to the overall standings. Guys, the final climb is 1 kilometer long. It's split into two, with a very, very steep foot, and the final 400 meters that are almost flat.
He's trying to get out. Watch out! A bunched peloton is now entering the final kilometre. Who will prevail? A pure puncher or a sprinter who's not averse to short climbs?
Last kilometer. Come on, guys!
He's amongst the leading riders this year. He's amongst the
We had no real ambitions for the classification of this stage. The least that can be said is you didn't... Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. Today is a tiring route, where the closing kilometers should suit the punchers. Given that we're heading the
Demat dan hol ha donamat. At the end of this west to east ride across Brittany, we are likely to witness a showdown between the favourites. With a double Mur de Bretagne climb, there are real possibilities to pick up a few seconds as well as to gain a psychological ascendant over one's opponents. The breakaway didn't get far. Watch out for counter moves.
You've got 1 minute 30 over the peloton. It turned out to be a good move. Wearing the jersey implies certain responsibilities. Team members must ensure the tempo of the race, and they, therefore, tire more. That is why it is sometimes better not to take the overall lead too early, in order to avoid tiring one's team.
The first climb of the day is classified as fourth category. There will be 1 point that goes towards the mountain standings.
It's looking good for the counter-attack. You should perhaps wait for them. The finish is still a long way off. I'm going to take a nap. Wake me if something happens. You still have 2 kilometers before you reach the summit. They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax. Watch out! You'll soon have no more energy for an attack.
The breakaway is losing its lead. It's going to be difficult for them.
The breakaway is unlikely to go all the way, guys. Watch out for counter moves.
The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the peloton. Last time checked with the breakaway, 1 minute. The breakaway is managing to hold off the peloton. The gap seems to have stabilized. Next, left-hand bend, and we're there. The renowned Mur de Bretagne climb, with its 2 kilometers at an average of almost 7%.
He's been dropped. The stage is too much for him.
The first Mur de Bretagne climb is over, but physical exertions are far from over, because the riders will be straight onto the Côte de Saint-Mahieu. There will be 1 point to be had towards the polka dot jersey at the top for the next climb. The riders will now return towards Mur de Bretagne for a final climb.
Okay, we'll consume a feed. The last 10 kilometers. We are heading for a grouped finish. Try to take points for our green jersey.
Attack! No need to ask questions.
The last 5 kilometers. Get ready for the final sprint. Make sure that nobody opens up a gap on the overall standings.
It's no doubt a bunched peloton that will begin the Mur de Bretagne climb in a few kilometers.
The breakaway will, no doubt, go all the way last, but watch out for attacks in the closing kilometers.
Last climb for the peloton. The best punchers will fight it out. He's trying to get out. Watch out!
Watch out! You'll soon have no more energy for an attack. You have 30 seconds on the peloton.
Final kilometre. It's still not clear who's going to win.
He will climb onto the podium. We can...
Well done, guys. We're where we should be. We were aiming for a top 10 spot, and you did the job. I'm happy with that. We retain the yellow jersey. It's a perfect day. Hi, guys.